guys! I've recently hit 800,000 subscribers, which is incredible. Thank you so much. And it suddenly occurred to me that I haven't done like a 50 facts video in quite a while. So this is for those of you who are recently subscribed to me and you don't know much about me, or those of you who just want to know a little bit more about me. I've come up with 50 vaguely interesting facts, so here we go. My name is Gabriella Rose Lindley, which I don't like at all. I don't mind Gabriella, but the rest of it I just think sounds pretentious, so not a fan. I'm 21, my birthday is on the 1st of June 1994, which means this year I can sing Taylor Swift. Yes. I'm originally from Sheffield, which is in the north of England. I know a lot of people who aren't from England always question my accent and ask if I'm Australian, which I don't think I sound Australian. But anyway, I'm from England, Sheffield to be specific. And I moved to Brighton for about 9 months and now I live in London, but I'm going to be moving somewhere kind of soon-ish. By the end of the year probably I'll have moved somewhere different, so stay tuned for that. I've got one sibling and he is my older brother called George. He's 23, so 2 years older than me, and we were actually supposed to be born on the same day, like 2 years apart, and I'm so glad that we weren't, because if we had to share a birthday I would have been so sad. His birthday's on the 27th of May. If you guys want me to do a video with my brother, give this video a thumbs up and I'm sure I can get him on. He didn't used to want to be in video, but I'm sure I can talk him round and get him in one, so let me know. I really like cheese and tomato ketchup sandwiches, like together. Cheese and tomato ketchup sandwiches I love, and Marmite and jam on toast on the same like piece of toast. Ugh. They're my two favourite sandwich fillers, and they're both two things that people wouldn't really put together, but I love them. My dad's surname is Longbottom, like Neville, so technically I should be called Gabriella Longbottom, which I actually kind of like. I think it's funny. I tell the time in a really weird way. It's always been something that I've done. I just struggle to tell the time quickly unless it's like a 24-hour clock. So if I look at a clock and it's 20 to 3, I'll be like, oh, it's 40 past 2. And people always laugh at me and then I'm just like, what's funny? I don't think it's funny. That's just how I tell the time. I love burnt food. A lot of you guys will know that. Everything that I eat has to be burnt, and I know that that can have really bad health problems, but I just like the taste so much more. My mum told me to add this one. I have jelly boobs. Basically, I got a boob job about 1.5 months ago now, which is fun. I vlogged it as well, so if you'd like to see that, I'll leave my vlog channel below. Yeah, thanks mum for the jelly boob fact. I eat with my knife and fork in the wrong hands, and I've always done this, and my cousin does it too, and he's the younger sibling as well, so maybe it's just a younger sibling thing, but I eat with my fork in this hand and my knife in this one, and I know it's meant to be the other way, but I just can't fathom that way. It won't work with my brain. I find it so difficult. I eat pizza from the inside out, so I know a lot of you guys will think this is a sin of the world, but if I've got a pizza, I will eat the inside first rather than like slicing it up into triangles, just because I might get full, and what if I get full and I haven't eaten all of the inside of the pizza, which is the nice bit, so I eat that bit first, and then if I get full it doesn't matter because all that's left is the crust. I think it's pretty smart. I've always changed the spelling of my name. My parents spelled it G-A-B-Y, and then I asked them if I could change it in school to G-A-B-I so I could heart the I. And then I realised that I didn't think it looked right with just one B, so I added another B and it was G-A-B-B-I, and then I became a chav, so it became G-A-B-B-I-I. And then I wanted an E, so it was G-A-B-B-I-I-E. Then I dropped the second I, so it was G-A-B-B-I-E, which it is now. But then I changed it to G-A-B-B-Y, and I've had it as G-A-B-B-E-Y at one point. I just really enjoy changing the spelling of my name, but right now it's G-A-B-B-I-E, just to clear that up, just so that I can put a heart on the eye because I think it's cute. I can't see 3D. So if I go and see a 3D film and I put the glasses on, I can't see it. I just can't see in 3D. And it's a problem that I've got with my eyesight. I won't go into it, but yeah, I can't see 3D. I can see like things in person that are 3D, but if it's a 3D film, or you know them attractions that they have at like Disneyland where you go into a 3D ride or whatever, I just can't see it. It's just blurry. I couldn't think of a boy name that I liked for my cat, so he ended up being called Nelly, which is short for Penelope. But then I realised that Nelly was short for Nelson, so I like to tell people that he was called Nelson when actually I called him Penelope. I don't think a lot of people know that his actual name is Penelope. I find that so cute. I absolutely love moving house so much. As I've touched on before, I would literally move every 6 months if I could. I just love decorating a new place. I love being in a new environment. I always get really inspired as soon as I move. I would just love to move all the time. If I'm going shopping, I would so much rather buy homeware than clothes or makeup. I just think it's more fun to buy and it's nice to decorate your house and stuff. And I've actually had my own homeware range, which has been a dream of mine. Since I was so young, I've always loved homeware and I've always thought how cool it would be to be able to design a homeware range, and I finally did that last year. And keep your eyes peeled this year because something exciting's coming again, oi oi! I own a guitar but I can't play it. I really wanted to get one to see if I could play it, but my fingers are way too small and I just can't reach the frets, is that what they're called? I just can't reach them, my fingers are too small, it's really sad. I always say this in my vlogs, but I'm a bit of a germaphobe. If there's any dust anywhere, it really freaks me out. I don't know why it freaks me out, but I just think it's disgusting, so I have to get rid of it straight away. But if I clean it up, I then can't touch the thing that I've cleaned it with, so normally it'll just go in the bin because I can't touch it, I don't know. Just grosses me out so much. And also, I'm really weird with sell-by dates on food because I've had a bad experience before where I've eaten gone off milk and it's the worst taste I've ever tasted in my whole life, and I never want to go through that again, so I'm really funny about sell-by dates. I'm rubbish at geography, like rubbish. I can't tell you where anywhere is on a map other than England and Italy because it looks like a shoe. If you ask me where anywhere else is, I don't know where it is. We weren't taught that at school, and so many people say to me, well, isn't that just like a basic skill in life? Well, no, it's not, because I didn't come home from school and get a map out, do you know what I mean? I'm pathetic at geography. I like to name everything. So if I get a new object, I like it to have a name. Just feels like it's mine then. Is that weird? Like I've got a fake plant over there that's called Paul. And I always go, all right, Paul. Okay, that's really weird. Another fact about me is I don't really like plants. I have a fake plant, Paul the plant, but I don't like real plants. I just think they bring in bugs, and I'm always terrified that a spider's living on it or something, and then it freaks me out. So only fake plants for me. I love mirrors, and not just because I like to look at myself in mirrors, but I just think they open up a room and they make it look so good and so wide, and they let so much light in, and I just think mirrors are amazing. A weird skill that I've got is I can tell the difference between bottled waters. So if you gave me like an Evian bottle and then you gave me Highland Spring, I would know the difference and I'd be able to tell you which one was which. That's such a weird talent. I just think they taste so different. I always wear fake tan. I've worn fake tan for like 5 years now, which is funny because I don't really have much on right now, but I've worn fake tan on and off for 5 years. I go through stages where I will tan my whole body, but 99% of the time I will literally tan to here. Because I'm single, no one sees the rest, so I will tan my arms and like to here, and then if I'm gonna have my ankles on show or like my legs on show, I'll obviously tan my legs, but the rest of me doesn't get tanned, so if I take my clothes off, I look like a zebra. Like half tanned and half not, it's really funny. The first time I dyed my hair was in year 5 at school, which I think made me about 9 or 10, like quite young, and I dyed it with awful yellow streaks. It was horrendous. I was like bacon head. I'll insert a picture now and it doesn't look like me, but it honestly is me. It's not a good look. I'd rather go on winter holidays than summer holidays, so I would rather go to like Germany in winter to the Christmas markets, or go on a skiing holiday, even though I've never been skiing. But I would just like to go to, you know, watch it. I love going to New York in winter when it's cold. I do really like summer holidays as well, but only because I get a tan. And then I don't have to fake tan, and it takes a little weight off my shoulders. I'm more scared of dead things than when they're alive. And I've actually got evidence of this, but this is something that a lot of people won't know about me. Basically, if something dies, I'm terrified of it. Like, more scared than if it was alive, and I don't know why. It's an irrational fear. It's a stupid fear that I've got. I had a plant called Betty. Oh, this naming thing is so weird. Yeah, I had Betty the plant, okay. Betty died. I couldn't put Betty in the bin, so she lived over there, dead, like a dead plant, for about 3 months until my mum finally put it in the bin, because I just could not go and pick it up because it was dead. I don't know what it is. And who remembers when Nelly killed a mouse in my apartment? I couldn't physically touch it. It took me about 2 hours to even go near it. And in the end, I had to get them food tongs, you know them tongs, and pick it up by them and put it in the bin, just because I can't physically touch dead things. It honestly is one of my biggest fears, along with spiders and heights and death. Well, death is my biggest fear, but dead things as well. I can't. It's a really stupid fear. There's probably a name for it, but yeah. Ugh. Maybe that's why I hate dust as well, because dust is like dead skin cells. Oh, I don't know, it makes me feel sick. I'm not an outdoors person at all. I don't like bugs. I'm not that keen on nature really, to be honest, because I don't like plants because they've got bugs in, and then I don't like bugs in general. So I've never been one to go camping or anything. I only really am an outdoor person in summer and if I'm on holiday. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever go camping, to be honest. Ever. One thing about me is I'm not afraid to be honest. If my friend asks me something and it's like, do you like my dress? Blah, blah, blah. And I think that they look nicer in something else, I will tell them, rather than being one of them people who just lets them go out in something that they don't like. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone asks for my opinion, I'll always give it honestly. I don't think that there's a need to be fake in this life. Just be honest, man. But don't be mean. There's a difference. I'm so bad at texting back. This is a thing my friends will know. Oh my God. I'm so bad at texting back and DMing and WhatsApping, anything like that, because I'll read it and then I'll just reply in my head, and then it'll be like 10 days later and I'll be like, damn, that person is ignoring me big time, and I'll go check the conversation and it's actually me that never replied, just because I replied in my head. Last year, there was one time where I got drunk and I lost a shoe, and it was one of my favourite shoes, and I was really pissed that I lost this shoe. I thought I just left it somewhere, but no joke, about 4 days later I went outside and I was walking down the street, the same street that I'd walked down every other day that week, and my shoe was on the road. And I don't know who put that shoe there, but my shoe was on the road. And I'd walked down that street like 4 times, and I just don't know how that shoe appeared on the road, because it really wasn't there. So that's still a dilemma. I've had my ears pierced 3 times, but in the same place, so not like 3 separate times. I had them done, I think, when I was about 10 or 11, and they went all gooey, so I took them out because it really grossed me out. And then I had them done again in the same hole a few years later, and they did the same thing, they got infected again. And then I had them done again in the exact same place, and now I've got pierced ears, but I never wear earrings. With my bad eye, which is this eye, I can only see the second line on an eye chart. So you know them eye charts where they've got a massive letter at the top and then like bigger letters underneath, and they just get gradually smaller? With my bad eye, I can only see the second row of letters and they're huge. Like with my good eye, I can see basically to the bottom. It's so bad. My least favourite condiment is brown sauce. I've got 8 too many teeth in my mouth and I need to have them out. I had braces for about a year when I was younger and my teeth were perfect, and then 8 teeth grew. 8 teeth grew and it smushed them all together, and now my retainer won't fit, and I've just got too many teeth in my mouth and I've got no space at the back at all. So I really need to have them out, and after I've had them out I want to get either Invisalign or veneers. I really want veneers. If you don't know what veneers are, they're like fake teeth that they put on top of your teeth to make them really straight, like Cheryl Cole's got them. Loads of celebrities have, but I just think they look so pretty. When I had braces, I had the train track ones, and I always had green as the colour in them. I would alternate, so I would have like green and blue, or I'd have pink and green. And I don't know why I always had green, because it always looked like lettuce in my teeth. Oh my God, my mum told me to add this one in as well, and it's disgusting. But apparently when I was younger, I used to suck my big toe instead of my thumb. I could still do that now, to be fair, probably. I'm quite flexible, should we see? Yep, definitely still could do that, but I'm not gonna, because that's gross. I've done musical theatre basically my whole life, and the first part that I ever was in a show was Grandma Zeitel in Fiddler on the Roof. So I was like so young, playing a grandma. A blessing on your head, mazel tov, mazel tov. I don't like seafood at all. The only seafood I like is cod and haddock and plaice sometimes, but anything other than that, any other types of fish, prawns, scallops, literally anything that comes from the sea I think is disgusting. Who decided that that would be a good thing to eat? I don't know. Ugh. My granddad's pasta sauce was my favourite food ever. I used to go around to his all the time, and every time I went I'd be like, oh, can you make me some pasta? Because he used to make the nicest pasta sauce, and I don't know where the recipe was from, but he used to go to Italy a lot, so I'm guessing it was from there. And it used to take him 2 days to make this pasta sauce. It was honestly incredible. I would just eat like a bowl of the sauce on its own, and it was so nice. I grew up in the countryside, like really in the countryside, but I prefer cities so much. I don't like the countryside. As I've said, I'm not really a nature girl. I lived in a place called Thurgoland, and everyone always thinks that I mean Legoland when I tell them. They're like, you lived in Legoland? I'm like, no. Thurgoland. You'll all be Googling that now. Thurgoland. Yeah, have fun. It's not very exciting. I cried in a Halloween theme park when I went with Zoe, Alfie, the Coney Jolies, Marcus, like basically everybody. We went to Tully's farm. Oh my God, one of the worst experiences of my entire life. There was clowns chasing us and like blocking doorways and blocking like, oh my God, no. I'm not even going to explain it because it was so terrifying and it gives me nightmares, but I ended up crying in one of the attractions. I just turned to Zoe and I was like, I need to get out of here, and I started crying and we went out the back way. But that wasn't good either because we went out of like a little back entrance where the actors come through. So when we went out into a room full of actors dressed really scary, so that didn't help either. My favourite ever drink is a toffee nut latte from Starbucks, but my normal order from Starbucks is a 1-shot skinny iced caramel macchiato or like a 1-shot vanilla latte. I'm not really a strong coffee person. I prefer it to just taste like milk with a little bit of coffee in. I think that was 50 facts. I'm not too sure. It'll be so annoying if I've got like 47. But anyway, let me know 3 facts about you in the comments. I would love to read through them. That'll make my night. And I hope you guys have got to know me a little bit better. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of me, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.